Okay, welcome back, everyone. Again, my name is Michael Katakis. I'm the owner of New Media Marketing, and I'm with my co-host, Patrick PMX. And together we are going to educate you guys all about the power of new media. Hopefully you've been joining us through our last couple shows. We did talk about YouTube last week. We talked about the overall theme of the show the week before, and now we're getting into brand and talking about how to develop a powerful brand, what the brand even means. And again, if you're joining us late, I keep reading this because I just keep laughing so much on this one about the the Wikipedia explanation of brand, and saying initially livestock branding was adopted to differentiate one's personal cattle from another's by means of a distinctive symbol burned into the animal skin with a hot branding iron. I just think that's just it sums it all up in today's craziness of the digital world. Pat, we left off talking about the channels of implementing the brand and how people sometimes get hung up on the messenger more than the message. And I think one of the other things that's often thrown out there is that whole KISS thing, which is that
keep it simple, successful.
And you know what? As much as we can laugh about it, but it is the truth. I think people try to get, when they meet with me, they want to become the next Rockefeller of business, and they're forgetting the basics.
Yeah. No house was built without a good foundation. And if you want to find a good foundation, please visit our website at www.powerofnewmedia.com. Today's show is all about branding.
So we talked about those pillars of the brand, and the pillars being, again, unique selling points, your logo, and your tagline. I want to evolve it now into the actual creative concept in the brand. Again, the creative concept represents that central theme for all the communication efforts and reinforces your message through the USPs. Concepts represent the hook, look, and feel that I often will tell people, which is how your audience relates. And this is an important thing, relationship, and how your customers are relating to your product or your service or your brand. I think a lot of times people forget who they're actually even speaking to and what that audience should look like.
Oh, sure. It's like you've always seen that person with that tattoo of some recognizable brand, and you always find it on Facebook, right? Yeah. So again, that's the power of social media chiming in there.
I think what the end of the day is that if you define that hook, look, and feel that represents who you're speaking to, and I think this is part of what makes successful marketing people, is to really understand and to kind of put yourself in that shoes of who we're talking to. What do they want to hear? And the basic simple things and those brand promises. Brand promises really do define who you are and what you are in a very simple way so that people understand, oh, these are the guys that do this. These are the people that sell this product and why they stand behind that product. And I think a lot of times when it can't be done through an owner, and Pat, we've all been through this, everybody wants to be that spokesperson of their company. And not that the spokesperson is wrong, and we don't think that that's a valid brand and creative approach to branding, but there's all kinds of other things, everything from characters, let's call from the gecko lizard all the way down to all of the characters that are out there, animals, images, colors. These all help define that hook, look, and feel. It's funny. We can often talk to a company, and within 5 minutes, we immediately go, oh, they should be here or they should be that. We're gonna bring in some of our clients, so you're gonna get some firsthand feedback on people that we've worked for. And again, small companies all the way up to Fortune 500s all need to start with that basic thing, which is that hook, look, and feel. Then when you get your brand, then you can start building those channels of communication, Pat. And everybody wants to immediately jump into the website, and today's websites are a lot different. Am I right, Pat?
Absolutely, Mike. And again, if you guys are just joining us because you've decided to go out and get some Munchables, visit our website at www.powerofnewmedia.com.
So we're committed to helping people tell the story. And, I know storytelling is the new buzzword. And of course, we're embracing that. just ironic that the power of new media marketing moved into an old library. So we kind of had the emphasis of telling stories.
I think that was one of the most creative things you have ever done in your life, Michael Katakis.
So we were trying to define that, you know what, new media needs to be told through the stories. And the stories is that, you know what, we have different opportunities with different channels, but you still got to come back with that concrete message. One of the things that we often strive to do is find what's unique about these people and then say, hey, these are the channels that you want to build. Because not everybody, Pat, needs a Facebook page. Not everyone needs a Tumblr account. Not everyone needs all of the new media opportunities out there.
Right. And again, if you guys want to wade through the madness, you can find out a lot more information on that on our website at www.powerofnewmedia.com.
Next week we're going to get into the thematics of developing the websites and what does it mean to hook up with a good website. But I got to tell you something. The fundamental thing about any of this, and especially the website, is it's telling your story in the most complete way. A lot of companies that are out there, they just kind of muddle the water a little bit too much, and they put too many things in there, too many things to try to get out there at one moment. And today's websites, they kind of like now scroll through their story.
Yeah, but it also depends on your budget. I mean, for the low to medium budget, that's like your $1,000 to $5,000 a month customers. They get a lot of social media, a little bit of journalism in there, but if you guys have real marketing budgets, above $10,000, you really want to be able to have separate teams working on each one of those aspects. Like Mike, I have never met anyone in my life who can design a logo like him. Matter of fact, you should put your portfolio of logos up on the Power of New Media site. Again, if you're just joining us, our website is www.powerofnewmedia.com. Join us online, share with your friends, let everybody know that you like the show. And you want to see us keep on keeping on.
But I think after you have developed that brand and you are starting to develop those channels of communication, it is important to pick out the social media that's going to represent your company the best way. Again, Tumblr is for some people, Facebook are for other people. But if you don't want to build all of those tools, we understand that some of them may not work in your industry.
Yeah, Tumblr accounts are great. Reddit accounts are amazing. I can't tell you how much traffic goes through Reddit a day. I mean, I helped create a rating tool for websites, and I'll tell you, Reddit gets a ton of traffic, especially if you get into people's feeds. Like, you're putting out really good stuff and people are liking it. Like, you can really deliver your message, and it doesn't have to be big. It could be something really small. Like, say you're a photographer and you're taking great photos of what they call, Earth, whatever. And when you create your Reddit feed, it puts all those pictures into a feed for people that they can go ahead and share with other friends. If they like it, you can always stick your brand, your logo in like the lower right corner, and really help define and keep that message so people know it's you. It's kind of like you're having a username, but from the creative side, which the creative genius sitting on the other side of the table, Mr. Mike Katakis, has been sharing with us all day about brand. So, again, if you're just joining us, our website is www.powerofnewmedia.com. You can find out about branding and all the other topics that we're discussing here on the show.
Listen, I mean, it's great to say that you have a great brand, but Pat, again, without your expertise on programming and making this thing work, it's nothing. I mean, otherwise, we always say it's a sign in the desert pointed in the wrong direction. So, you still do need to define those communication tools, which is always part two of our synchronicity program. We come up with the brand. Part two is we build those tools, including the website, which we're going to get into next week, into the details of how to build a powerful website. But beyond that is then incorporating those social media tools and telling your story. I don't want to keep harping on this too much, but if you don't define your story,
Mike.
It's not going to work, because this is what all of this is about.
It really is.
I mean, that's what all the shows on TV all about. Everybody wants to hear a story.
And everybody wants to hear a good story. If you're going to do it right. Don't don't just try and rush it. Don't try and scrimp on every dime on something. Marketing is a utility, guys. Every big company does it out there, and the reason why they keep doing it is because you, as a listener, will recognize that brand. Okay, so
100%.
if you're in business, make sure your brand is consistent. You know, one thing they talk about often is what happens when you go. Well, the legacy will live on in the brand.
And
right?
Brand is important, and we know we got to start with that, and then we're going to move into those communication modules, which we're starting to define better and better each week, and ultimately defining your story. Again, divide your story up. You know, break it into what your services are about or your products are about. Start to think of them in buckets and say every month we need to talk a little bit about sales, a little bit about service.
It's like you have a general ledger of just your marketing. I know companies that have just a marketing ledger.
Yep. Well, listen, we hope we shared some insights tonight, actually today with you about brand and how it's so important. And we hope you continue to join us. Again, my name is Michael Katakis. I'm the owner of New Media Marketing. I'm with my co-host, Patrick from PMX. Together, we're going to keep educating you about the power of new media.
And join us on www.powerofnewmedia.com.
We'll see you next week at 12:30 on Sundays. Thank you, LI News Radio.